Attention democracy lovers, Super Earth is going to need a word with you about your PSN account.
With the gentle touch of an iron fist.
Hey, it's Game Rant, and today we're talking about Helldivers 2 announcing a major change to Steam and PlayStation account linking. Now, if that headline is leaving you a bit confused, don't worry, you are not alone. This is one of the weirdest stories to come from a successful game in some time. Taking to their official Helldiver 2 Twitter account, Sony Interactive Entertainment released a statement informing all Steam players that going forward, they will need to link their PlayStation account to continue playing. New player sign-up will begin implementing this new requirement on May 6th, while existing PC players will have on May 30th to link their PSN account. The reaction online has been starkly negative, and we'll address that in a bit. But first, Arrowhead Games has a pretty good explanation as to why this is happening now instead of at launch. The answer is, the game was broken, and to their credit, most Day 1 Helldiver players will remember the server issues which brought the game to a standstill when it launched. In an effort to get the game online for players, Arrowhead began peeling away at the complexity of the sign-up process. And one of the first things to go was, you guessed it, the required PlayStation Network account sign-up. So yes, apparently this was always part of the plan, and it was removed as a way to accommodate PC players. But when you look online, it sure doesn't sound like anyone knew this was coming. Currently, the narrative across comment sections is this feels like a Sony decision, and there are comments predicting a wave of players abandoning Helldivers 2 because of this extra step. Other people don't seem to mind, but they're just confused by the news. And yeah, this is a bit unusual. There haven't been too many runaway successes on PC to suddenly pump the brakes a few months in and ask for your credentials on another service you aren't even using. Though I guess technically these are Sony servers. Sony has explained the move is meant to ensure online safety, and given the extensive history Sony has with data breaches, that certainly could be a motivating factor. But commenters aren't convinced, questioning what exactly they have to gain by supplying more information to a different company. It's a fair point. But the answer is simple. You get to keep playing Helldivers 2 on Steam. And considering how staggeringly popular it's been this year, it will be interesting to keep watching the Steam charts after the change takes place at the end of May. This is all part of PlayStation's strategic push towards the PC market, which began in 2020 with Horizon Zero Dawn, and was quickly followed up with Spider-Man, Returnal, and The Last of Us Part 1. However, none of those games have been multiplayer powerhouses like Helldivers 2. And as a service game, that means they're already making post-purchase profits. Try saying that 3 times fast. So if there were to be one game Sony would want to integrate PlayStation Network logins, it would be this one. Now, if you've not played Helldivers 2, please don't let the service game aspect scare you off. This is a robust and original third-person shooter which has a tremendously clever script and mechanics like friendly fire, which may seem antithetical to the whole experience, but this game loves making a big mess out of your superheroics. And most importantly, as a Helldiver Super Earth, you are bringing democracy to burnt-out, bug-infested wastelands, so elections will begin shortly, presumably. This is one of the best games of the year, and if you're looking for a co-op shooter, this is the one. And while this PlayStation Network news would still be notable for how unusual it has become a lot more controversial thanks to how popular Helldivers 2 is. Actually, this sounds strikingly familiar to a story way back 2 decades ago, where there was this plucky new online service that required to sign up before you could play a hotly anticipated game. That was, of course, Half-Life 2, with the launch on PC, and many players outwardly declared they would never give in to this new service known as Steam. Ugh. Time is a flat circle. Anyway, that's going to do it for Helldivers 2 news. But we got more Helldivers news than you can take a Quasar cannon to, so keep clicking around here on Game Rant. Don't target your friends in airstrikes, and we'll see you next time.